It's July 2019. MTV cameras captured something that would haunt viewers for years.
Andrew, you're stepping out on the porch.
A mother, a machete, a locked door, and on the other side, her boyfriend holding their 1-year-old son. But here's what nobody talks about. This wasn't the first time MTV filmed a child in danger. For over a decade, MTV had a choice, and every single time, they ended up choosing the footage. In 2009, 16 and Pregnant crashed onto MTV, thrusting teenage girls into the spotlight as they navigated motherhood. The show got worldwide attention and even helped to lower the teen birth rate by 4.3% by raising awareness. After getting success with 16 and Pregnant, MTV launched its successor, Teen Mom.
I feel like Tiger Woods right now. I'm gonna hit this in.
Uh-oh. Gary, did you put the brakes on?
No, I didn't. She's standing there by willpower.
It followed girls like Macy Bookout, Amber Portwood, and Farrah Abraham, highlighting their struggles with having babies during their teenage years. What truly put the show on the map was that it even captured the moments their babies were born, documenting everything from the very first day they entered the world.
Yeah, she does this wherever we go. Gosh.
As a result, the show initially succeeded, and by 2011, Teen Mom and Teen Mom 2 captivated millions, hooking fans with the raw chaos of young parenthood. Everything seemed fine for the show until 2015, when things started to fall apart. Although MTV aired the show to highlight the real-life struggles of teens raising babies, it eventually prioritized ratings over the safety of its youngest stars.
Be late. I'm so pissed off, dude. My day's already ruined.
Dude, I'm staying home. I'm not
Are you
fighting.
serious?
I'm not fighting with you today.
Are you
Janelle.
serious again,
I
Nathan?
told you.
Come on, Nathan.
Go by yourself.
No,
It's
come
your
on.
It's October 2010, and season 1 of Teen Mom is airing on TV. Then out of nowhere, MTV suddenly airs this. One of the most famous cast members of Teen Mom, Amber Portwood, was seen attacking her husband, Gary Shirley, live on air. And just like that, she literally slammed him against the wall in front of the camera. The baby? In the same room. We've all seen moments like this in our own homes, to a certain extent. But how did this one end up in front of millions of viewers? It's just because MTV chose to broadcast it on TV. Why? The reason is simple. They knew the drama sells. But what sells even more than drama? Danger. And that's exactly where things started to backfire. Within hours, Child Protective Services received over 100 calls. The source? Concerned viewers who had just watched a crime on their TVs. But what about Amber's punishment? Her salary increased dramatically over seasons. But Amber wasn't the only one. These struggling teen moms weren't portrayed as cautionary tales. They became celebrities, earning more than teachers, nurses, and social workers. Later, after their incident, Amber and Gary parted ways and were never seen together after. But things were especially hard for their baby. It's 2025, and she's still dealing with the trauma of her childhood shaped by her mother's absence. Even 15 years later, she's still facing abandonment issues because of her traumatic childhood. But Amber's violence was just the beginning. It didn't stop with that first incident. In July 2019, she was involved in another criminal act during an argument with her then-boyfriend, Andrew Glennon, over a minor issue. Although it seemed like a typical argument between partners at first, it quickly escalated into one of the most disturbing incidents you don't see every day.
Andrew, you're stepping out on the porch. So, your camera's on the porch, your dad's hat is on the porch, and your dad's telescope.
At one point, she allegedly tried to attack him with a machete.
What are you doing?
While their son James was present. It was a shocking event, but unlike last time, things didn't go so well for her. Andrew ended up accusing her of domestic battery, and as a result, charges were filed. She ultimately paid the price. She was arrested and spent months in prison. Even if she deserved the consequences, did her son James deserve a childhood without his mom? The answer is no. And just like that, MTV effectively shattered the childhoods of kids like Leigh and James, all in the name of so-called reality television. While Amber got arrested for her abusive behavior, things went even further for Ryan Edwards. In 2017, Ryan Edwards is driving to his own wedding, but suddenly things take a turn. Ryan was seen nodding off and losing consciousness while driving. Sadly, he wasn't alone in the car. His fiancée, Mackenzie, was also with him. This moment grabbed the audience's attention, leaving many shocked, and soon after, Ryan admitted that he'd been high on drugs while driving. Even though driving under the influence is a serious crime worldwide, MTV still chose to air the incident on TV, fully aware that it could have a negative impact on the cast's lives. The formula was simple. The more intense and negative the moments, the higher the viewership, no matter the cost. And that certainly came at a high cost for Ryan. He was arrested for domestic abuse and substance abuse, spending several years facing legal consequences with nobody stepping in to help. The body cam footage of his arrest is still available on YouTube, and it had a ripple effect on everybody connected to him.
Do that.
Oh yeah? Somebody else did it.
I've got evidence.
But the one who suffered the most was his son, Bentley. The incident left a lasting scar on his life, and he continues to struggle with its impact. While Ryan faced arrest for his controversial actions, things escalated even further when it came to Jenelle and David. It's April 2019. David Eason, Jenelle Evans' husband, does something that finally crosses MTV's line. He was seen shooting and killing the family's French bulldog, Nugget. His reasoning? The dog nipped at their 2-year-old daughter.
Good girl, no. Good girl, no.
This ignited a firestorm of public outrage, unleashing a wave of fierce criticism and backlash from viewers everywhere. As a result, sponsors pulled out within weeks. But this time, MTV didn't stay silent. To avoid the controversy, they fired Jenelle Evans. But her firing wasn't the end of the story, and apparently it was far from it. Soon, darker truths began to surface. Jenelle was repeatedly caught engaging in drug abuse. Things further spiraled out of control after a series of explosive altercations with their husband David. Their fights became a disturbing routine, and Jenelle was even accused of domestic violence while under the influence. It was tragic, but once again, the real victims were the kids. The chaos left deep scars, especially on Jace Evans. At just 15 years old, he ran away from home. Again. When questioned by the police, his chilling statement stunned everybody. He claimed that he'd been assaulted by his own stepfather, David. And that's how MTV actually destroyed the childhood of every kid they cast. But the response was like, we did it, we got views, whatever. Even though MTV has repeatedly claimed that they're merely documentarians, that they don't intervene, only observe, their hands-off approach has sparked intense debate. They could have intervened, but they chose not to. Multiple states have tried to pass laws protecting reality TV kids, but every attempt has failed. The entertainment lobbyists are powerful, and Teen Mom alone generates over $100 million annually for Viacom. All that childhood trauma, it's worth it for MTV. But by June 2025, things have changed a bit, and for the first time, the children of Teen Mom are old enough to tell their own stories. And honestly, what they're saying should disturb all of us. Leigh Shirley, now 16, won't do interviews, but her social media tells the story. Today, Bentley requires therapy to process what he calls the TV years. He's asked MTV to stop using his footage, but only received denial from MTV. These aren't characters. They're real kids who never consented to have their abuse, neglect, and family dysfunction broadcast to millions. Other reality shows have been canceled for far less. A racist tweet, a DUI, a bar fight. But Teen Mom, still on the air, still profiting from those same kids' ongoing trauma. The ratings have dropped and the viewers are leaving, but as long as it makes money, they're going to keep finding new teenage moms, new children to film, new trauma to package and exploit. The cycle continues, but honestly, these children deserve better. The next generation can still have better, but somebody's got to do something about it. If this disturbed you, good, it should have. Make sure you share the video, talk about it, make some noise. Even though the entertainment industry has its lobbyists, these kids don't have a lot of people in their corners. And if you think Teen Mom is bad, wait till you hear about another reality show that's done even more things to the kids. Subscribe if you want to see how deep this exploitation goes, because somewhere right now, a camera's rolling on a child in crisis. And someone, somewhere, is calling it entertainment.